Paul, I have to ask you a question, and I really don't feel like typing anymore because that's all I feel like I do. Let your fingers do the walking? Oh my God, they said it right when Yellow Pages came out. They should only be around today to speak again. That star that's shining in the sky, is that the one we were speaking about 2, 3, 4 weeks ago? It shines, my friend. I go outside and I see it every night, but nobody seems to get it yet. Don't you know what this is? Look, three positions, all over three. But there's only three. But there's four. We got four stands for Mars, three stands for Earth. But don't forget, when it's standing, there's only three. Which way is it spinning? We're sitting on top. Another one. Below us, the oceans are sitting on the floor. Unless in all actuality, you can't even say what I'm saying. Because we're supposed to be almost upside down anyways. We're like this. You ever see this dice? Which way is the dice? Oh, I don't know. It was sitting flat on the table. Well, in what direction was it pointing? Because you know what happens. If you take the dice and you put it like this, well, then which way is it going? You have no circuitry. You're not connected. You need to get connected. You see, there's four spaces in between. But on the 5, this is 1 for 4 for 1. 4 empties for 4 full for 1 center. Is it the 5 dice? Or is it the cross? Are we crisscrossing? What you can do with a dice, what you can do in the sky. 1 center. You see all the divisions, 2, 4, 6, and 8, and all the corners? You see, when you play Rubik's Cube, if this was at the top, this would have 2 colors on it. This one would have 3, this one would have 2, this one would have 3, this one had 2, this one 3, this one 2. If this was the top, this would be 9, and connected to it would be 12 all around, would make 21. No, it wouldn't. There's a cube here, and a cube here, and a cube here. That makes 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's all there is. There's only 8. But we say 21. 21's a good number because it totalizes this. 21. Oh, there goes my dice. You take back this again. You hold it like this. You have number what is in the corner. If this was the Monopoly board, in order to take up all this space and make a nice cutout, these would be the trains, these would be the corners. This corner will touch 2 on this side, itself, and 2 on this side. 2, 3, 5. This one, 2, 3, 5, 10, 15, 20. So half of your Monopoly board disappears by the corner. This one over here is number 6. Well, we call it 5. Let's call it 0. Why? Because we'll go 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Let's call it 0. We'll go from go, which is 1 go. So we'd start at 1 go, to 2, to 3, to 4, to 5. 5 goes and 5 goes. But listen to it again. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 never gets to touch 10. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gets to touch 5. So to touch 10, you need 5 and 6, and you're at the next corner. The center of Rubik's Cube has 3, but it actually has one side that touches 2, to one that has 1 color, to one side that touches 2, to one that has 1 color, to one side that touches 2. And the center of the center is only the center. It's not like being the center of on top. The top and the bottom of the Rubik's Cube, A and C, 1, 3, 7, and 9. No, no, no. Can you tell the difference which way it is? It's all 1 and 3 and 1 because it's just upside down to the other. Just like our keyboards and our telephones. Just like the roulette table and the way you can bet at the roulette table. You can make this bet with this bet, but you can't make this bet and this bet unless you take the whole 12. You can't get 8. 8 is 3/4 of 1. It's a whole circuitry. It's like saying, I'm going to go to Jupiter today. You don't have to go to Jupiter today. You never left. Turn on the switch, turn off the switch. Let's go back home. We're not here. You know what? I wasn't going to do this video like this, but I'm going to show you how pool and the 8 ball is first. The 8 ball is first because, first of all, to spell the word H, and I can spell it another way. I can take away the E of the electronic world instead of being the totality of the value of 1, 3, 4, 8, 12. 12, the total of 2 dice. We go on to create one more dice because we need the electronic, the center, the heart. The heart in each dice is A, C, and E. You see what the H does? The A is here. The C is here. So we extend the line from here to here. Now 8 and 5. 8 is here and 5 is here. We got 13 here and we got 4 here. No, we don't. 1 and 3 is 4. 8 and 5 is 13. 1 and 3 is 4. We actually have number 44. When you put this in front of somebody in French, he says, acheter is to buy something. But if you put this in front of the Hebrews, they're going to say chet. It's a Hebrew letter. And for those who are Hebrew, come up and tell me why. 8 and 5 equals 13. Well, the 13th letter is the letter M. Comes from the H and 5, the H and E. It says Hashem. Chemical weapons, right in the name. Hashish, to mix up, to explode. Chemical weapons, Hashem. The distance between AC is 1. If you add, it's 2. It becomes 3. The difference between C and H is 2.5. If you add, it becomes 5. The difference between H and E becomes 1.5. If you add, it becomes 3. Now the thing with the H here is now we have to change this, because once we have an H in which the C creates the H. The reason the C creates the H in the real actuality is there's 2 C's, one upside down from the other one. There's 2 C's, one upside down from the other one, and there's an S. You pull these closer together, it turns into the S. But you know what this is? Did I show you this before? I hope I don't get lost. I want to show you. Do you see this design? Well, if I make the same design going this way, if I make the same design, start here, go down here, and go up to this point and go down. Or start here, leg to leg. Start here, go up to here, follow this down, and then up. It makes an H for a hotel, and it's the Hebrew Lamed. Are we with each other so far? Okay, good. The other thing about this, inside the H8 is the word A, C, and E, and the creation, A and I, of another word where I could say Archie. Why? Because when you turn the I the other way, if you see the 2 arms sticking out on each side, I must create another letter because this letter takes up 2 spaces. Regardless, I can't just put a straight line. In fact, they all do, and they're on the wrong angle. They're supposed to be on a different angle to show you the same story a different way. The right way, not the wrong way. We're all wrong because we don't write straight. Anyways, 8 single digits, under 5, 1385, Montana speed limit, Texas speed limit, the age the Pope retired on, 58 is the geometrical number of number 1 for the family of H, add 1 plus, add J10 plus, add 19S, plus add, yes, that's in the gematria tree. Then add 28, which is the 28th number. It adds up to a total of 58. TWOs adds up to number 58. So we have 5885. 8 times 5 and 8 plus 5 equals 40 plus 13 equals 53. You see any 3.5s here? No, we don't, because this is where we get our 3.5 from. 3.5 makes 8 and 15. 8 and 15 becomes the 15 full ball, and the 8 ball, the separation is the 7 of the 7th gate. So you would be Geshe. If you put a V over here for life, you get Vash. We can take away A from H from the highest and the lowest, the Olympics ways to go, C and E, 3 and 5, or we create one letter, the letter G, where the piano begins because of center C. We do know in the piano center C is center C, so the most we can go in the piano is AG and BG. Once you get up to the AGs and the BGs, you're into the division world of creating this letter. This is the 9th letter. The 8th and the 9th letter come together because you make 2 worlds out of 1. You split it apart. This is the reason for your A, which the tip of your A will go between here and here and one out to each side. You have the J letter, or the anchor, which has begun to connect to your E world, electronic world of spirit. Turn us off, turn us on. Now we have this letter A and E, creating the R for the angel resident, which creates your number 19. R, A and R being in the A family, and as the 18th letter, we add on the 1 letter to say it's R, making an S. The S is the 19th letter and becomes one of the spirits inside this world through the letter of A, which says SAR or Rs. Okay. The other thing I wanted to mention is A and C is 4. C and H is 11. When we have C and H is 11, do I see that anywhere? C and H is 11. C and H is 11. And these are the only 2 pool balls, and they are red, that are the distance of 8, and both of them are red. One is a stripe, one is a solid. They total 14. 14 is from the game, from the Mayans, the 20 by 13 area of numbers. I can't go and explain you everything for months and more and years. So we have that number 4, and then we have the number 11, and then H and E is 13. 4, 11, and 13 is 28. All of it calculating together comes right back into the A family. This becomes 4, 2, 4. This is the time period we are in. This creates 8. This creates 6 because they're opposite numbers of each other. 6 makes 8 and 8 makes 6. The total, it makes 10. 2.5 times your 5. What these are the distance from the center to the left and to the right. To the left and to the right. This totals 5. Because everything that goes with this, it's actually ACE. Then they add in the H. And they move the E world, the electronic, to move the Spirit of God into the other world. He has to divide it up. You ever see this online, this picture? So anyways, we get number 28. We get number 10. 10 automatically becomes 16 because nothing lives in the O hole. It's a pass-through. It's a heart. It's beating. It makes you go somewhere else, but you're not going there. 4 by 4 is 16 times 2 is 32 plus 10 is 42 equals to 3 times 14. 4 and 2 is 6. 1 times 6, the final number from H. 1 times 6, 1 plus 6, yeah, it's 13. 1 times 3, 1 plus 3, if we want to continue, or do you want to go back up and say, why should we continue? Because it's just going to be the same thing over and over again. Angel Ace. The H is the one letter, the other one is the 8. They are the extension and totality of the A family. If you wanted to know about the letter, there's one more thing I'm going to add. No, should I add it in here? Yes, there are 3 things we have to remember in my next video. ROSTNDRDTH. First there was 0, then there was first, then there was second, then there was third, and then there was fourth. And everybody's on the cross when you come to the TH, right? The 2 triangles are together because everything is manipulation of 3. And when it's properly placed and connected with its 11s, whichever way it is, which are the straight lines, which are the railroad tracks, because depending on how those 11s are pointed, you'll know which way the train is going. So we did the letter H. It spells again the word Hashem, 4 and 4. Remember we created 4? We created 13. Again it became 4. It became 4, 2, 4. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 plus 4 is 6. 6 and 8. You see it? 8 goes here, 6 goes here. It makes the perfect 10-10 world. 10 world of creation. 10-10, 10-10, 10 world of creation makes 50. And you have the passages for the 2 worlds. In which, like I said, either you make, hold on a second, I'm going to add this in now. See the swastika? Because I started up here. Do the same thing, but start down here. You'll make the H, the 2 CCs, the 2 houses of the E, the way the E connects. I want to see if I have any little pictures. You see this little thing over here? It's dots. Your dots go where your dots go. How do you know where your dots go? We've got to look at games. The games. All the games. You don't listen to this. We have people all over the world working on the truth of a game. That's all we need. All we need to do is spend $19.99 and get a game with rules, with objects inside the game, which will bring a pertinence onto every single value we have ever done in our entire lives, even from building elevators and moving the pyramid blocks. There's a center area. Here's the brick here, and there's an upper area. Now, these phalanges probably move. Is it the X-Man up, or is it a jacking system to move the bricks? There is a way. Everything. Anyways, Raphael 7286 on the constellation of Pegasus. I kind of like this video. You know what kept me away from this life? This. This stopped me from everything, and it still hinders my way. She has pearls, a set of pearls that if you put them close enough, to here, and you listen to what I have to say, you see those little the diamonds that are running up and down? That's us. She's got between her. It's a code. It goes right through the bill. It's the numbers in the back. It's purposely made that way so somebody should see. Underneath are all the pearls, the strands. Well, the strand on the outside is going one way, the strand on the bottom is going the other way, and strand on the top is going one way, the other part of the world is going the other way, and we're stuck at a distance between it. Hard to explain, like it is hard to explain everything. You want to do something about a gem? I've never picked up this book and said this, but you want to know what? You flip the book like this and you look inside, it says Virgo. Just do the letters. The shape of the letter, put your shape of your letter in a position. Make the shape of the letter, put it on a pool table of your letter. Because the pool table has 6 pockets, there's only certain things you can do. Then we'll know whether or not the pool table is here on Earth. Is it talking about space, or is it a certain kind of game in pool? And it doesn't matter what it is. We can do anything you want. And you know what's funny? They say the tops of marijuana bring a little bit more value and they're heavier. Well, the tops of every cell tower here, who owns the tops of every cell tower? Because you know what happens if the top decides to turn on a vibration? Zzz. That's right. Just like ROGERES the other week that had no power and a couple of banks. Let me tell you one thing. Snap of the finger in 10 minutes, all the power is down. The cell phones are off. Just like that. And can I tell you something? When they talk about the dark night, they talk about the dark night. Because if they decide not to open the roof, if they decide not to open Rubik's roof, you understand? If they decide not to open Rubik's roof, should my nose go like this? No, it doesn't work good like that. It goes good like this. Oh, I've got a better mustache today. I'm wearing my little pin here to keep up with Matrix. If it fits, why can't it be true? Raphael 7286 on the constellation of Pegasus, running and working on into the year 5775. And thank you. It's been a pleasure. Have a nice evening. Did I say Pegasus? Yeah, don't forget about Pegasus. I heard somebody on the network talking about Pegasus and how it's the bad Pegasus and it's got the swastika on it. I was just wondering, like, is there a chance somebody didn't draw the lines right on some of these constellations? Or maybe they drew them backwards for a purpose and a reason, and it's actually more than what we think, because what we think we can never know because the line is not connected to the right number. They did it purposely. They put it backwards. So backwards is forward. It makes no difference, right? At least they're telling the truth, at least in one aspect. Thank you for watching.